seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just about a 3.5-hour drive from each other on Florida's I-75. The Jags and Bucs are underway. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Jaguars ready to go offensively for the first time with Gardner Minshew, former pick at QB.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance.
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say a great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
They'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew. He's got it complete to Thompson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense waiting to him and forcing a third down.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And finding Keelan Cole. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. Robinson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside. And they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Still a couple yards short as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here. The opening drive couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
first down pickup for the Jaguars.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
He's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Thompson. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off play action, it's Minshew. Inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Minshew sets to throw. And it is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Gardner Minshew on target to DJ Chark. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. Took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown. Indeed, the defense says this one counts. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And it is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Touchdown, took this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. First try on offense for the Bucs and their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll throw. A pass underneath the 40. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try to keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown game.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. And I put my first tally mark next to the Brady to Gronk counter here.
I think it may be the first of many, because once they get going, look out, things tend to snowball. Tom Brady trusts Gronk as much as any receiver I think he's thrown to in his career, and it's evident when you see that.
Saying something.
That's saying something right there, but he's earned it.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's pretty good success. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now a first down carry by Jones. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the 17. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that completion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And the Buccaneers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. Their defensive side did that. But he's already taking them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you. Now they got 1st and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put it in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And they're trying to do exactly that.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
And Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This is 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady with a touchdown pass to Chris Godwin. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. He's in the way. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Ryan Succop for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt the return. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Minshew going to lead up the Jaguars 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 7, Minshew. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Seven. Score after one.
The score tied 7-7.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
On the pickup.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in the end zone. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They run. Robinson takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to
Adjustments, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? This is unbelievable. That one whistled against That's a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. Now Minshew. This is going to be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Jadon Mickens. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
37-yard line.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. I absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
He's tackled at the
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
pickup.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
The Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to pump this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Minshew and the Jags now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll run with Thompson.
Slow his pace or change direction, that's on the end result.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw it, Minshew. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
The hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Minshew.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. The Jaguars on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll run here with Robinson. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll move the chains.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. On the run, it's Robinson. And the running lanes not existed in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Coming in to put a lick on him was Levante David.
The running lanes have probably not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Minshew, wide open receiver. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Minshew. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. If they didn't have that, it's going to be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. Offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit and try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. His throw incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. But now it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They work this well upfield across the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And that one hurts defensively. They forced him in the third and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
The tackle made.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Brady. It's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd and 5.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Brady. He's got it open man. It's Gronkowski. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
We hit 2 mark in the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. Time rolls around. Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play from our studios in Orlando. And incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. From the gun, Brady. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 16. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, somehow finds a way to get it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think the quarterback just says, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
touchdown pass to Chris Godwin. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Suck up for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Touchdown now. It's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
23-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
What you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. Take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
First and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking it in from 2 yards out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in first points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic. It sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
An extra point try now for Succop. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 27. 7-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. In the first half, there really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. The near sack. The Jaguars are going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. But you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Minshew. This is Shenault on the receiving end. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here defensively. And Eifert has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
First down, but this one lines up to be incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson, and now it's second down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here now is 2nd and 10. Again, Minshew looking to throw. To the left side here for Eifert. Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Minshew, 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Report. It was a strong first half from who else? Tom Brady. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we head back to Brandon Gooden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The second half is underway. Taking it about the 1. And down the middle across the 25 to the 27.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
That's a gain of
Let's
7.
not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. This is Jones. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Brady. And he's got Miller. And he's going to have the Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the 3rd quarter. Another big play right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Jones. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 41, Brady over the middle to Evans. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working.
Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that changed now. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. From the gun, Brady. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Evans. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking the ball.
And being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. On 4th down, Ryan Suckup now for the Buccaneer field goal. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And the 11-yarder and bangs it through. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
24. Jaguars 7.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Minshew going to lead up the Jaguars 1st and 10 at their own 26. From the gun, Minshew to throw. That is caught by Josh Oliver before the State Spartan. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
One of the advantages on defense, as I remember it, is being able to see play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes up to defend.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll run it down with Robinson. Good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Take it down to the 42. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Minshew on 1st and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. JPP cruising in for the sack that man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what happens is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try to keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Here's incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
They'll run on first down. It's Robinson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Buccaneers 18-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Robinson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. This defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. This one from 35 yards away. And Lambo will put this one through, and that closed gap down to 14.
Makes the score Buccaneers 24, Jaguars 10.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's able to plow forward up to about 29, just shy of the 30.
Joe Schobert.
The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Nice satisfying run up, 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You think he's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, It's Brady. Off the mark, a little late with a throw.
For Chris Godwin. It's 4th down.
He'll punt it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Minshew and the Jags now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive. That's a quick 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On 1st down, Robinson. He is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the 1st half. And that trend is continuing here.
On 2nd and 11 now. Minshew. Connection made with Shenault.
Minshew's pass.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun is Minshew. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
At the 39-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Minshew sets to throw. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Defensively here, he got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat. 1st
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple out of the 19.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Minshew, that'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
7 brings up 3rd and 1.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. The end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Incomplete. He was covered.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit.
Yard attempt.
The kick by Lambeau, good. And that will get the advantage now back down to 11.
Buccaneers 24. Jaguars 13.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get expense out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, me, that's a good drive.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's got to lean on that guy right now.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that's his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Jones. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
He's across.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Excellent play 25 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they get it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
First down carry. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Brady. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Throwing is Brady on third down. Sets up a first and goal. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Shotgun now for Brady. He's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Suck up for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Touchdown now. It's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Buccaneers too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line takes that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. try after the first down sack. Minshew. He's got it complete to Thompson.
How many times you hear today NFL described as a space game? Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The Jaguars on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Looking to throw it. Minshew. On the slant, this is Chark. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Boy, a nice play there. They wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Minshew. Keelan Cole, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. This is Shenault on the receiving end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
It'll be Minshew again.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep it. Looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4 down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
See how they respond now. Down carry by Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Devon Hamilton with the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. It's Jones, and he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, it's a big day.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to be hit and back right around the 48-yard line. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offense offensive line out. They're going to protect you best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time on that.
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they like someone try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Minshew, 1st and 10. To Thompson on the screen. They'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
We're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
Quickly here, and that's Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. It's incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And the return is Mickens. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. The Bucs ready to take over once again. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. An extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
That's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.